Things are looking good. Little backstory, the whole reason I started streaming is, so I actually started this whole adventure by, just doing a lot of research on owning your own business and, you know, how to make it in the world, be a successful person beyond just being an employee for somebody else. And I talked to a few different people on a few different things. I got hoodwinked into trying out Amway International, which, yeah, if you're good, if that's your bag, you can do it. You can make that work. Whole affiliate marketing and multi-level marketing. I mean, it works. It does work. You just got to be passionate about it. I mean, the thing with anything is you got to be passionate about what you're doing. So I looked at it. I was like, yeah, I probably could do this, but I don't think I'll be successful at it because it's not something I'd be like. I wouldn't be passionate about selling products to people, or hiring people, basically, for a multi-level marketing company is essentially what you're doing. You're hiring people to hire more people, and you're basically selling yourself products, and then you get other people to do the same thing that you're doing. And then you sell a little bit on the side here and there to other people, get a commission. I mean, in a way it's working for yourself, but it's not really. It wasn't for me, to say the least. So then I went, okay, well, what can I do? What can I do that's gonna be, I don't know, what's gonna make me successful? And so I started, I mean, I'd been a part of multiple different Facebook groups for various topics, and I met a lot of people through Facebook in a short amount of time too. To put it bluntly, like it was over the course of a couple months, and met hundreds of people. So I was like, okay, well, I came up with this question, and it's a very common question. Like I've heard it since. I thought I was very intuitive by coming up with this, but I basically came up with it by listening to, you know, online mentors and stuff like that. But I mean, I was just asking the same question in a different way, and the question was, what is your most valuable commodity? And the answer is time. Nobody could get it. And as somebody who's got a baby on the way, I decided I need more time. I work 11, 12 hours a day. I make an okay amount of money. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm poor, but I'm not middle class rich or anything.
Hello.
Like, I'm on the upper end of the lower class, you know what I mean? Like, it's not ideal for having children. So it's like I need to make a change and figure out something that's going to be profitable, something I can do on the side to start, and eventually will take over full time. So with this question, I asked probably 50 or 60 people this question. I had about 4 or 5 people actually get it. A couple people took a little bit of hint, but there was definitely a solid 3 or 4 that got it right away, and I was like, holy crap, I can't believe that was a hard question. Because to me, it's obvious. I mean, what's your most valuable commodity? Well, first of all, what is a commodity? Commodity, in layman's terms, is something that holds value that you can sell. Well, what's valuable? What can you sell? What does everyone have? The hint was everybody has it. Everybody owns this commodity, and that commodity is time. So, with that, I decided I was going to create myself some more time, but I still need to eat, and I still need to provide for my family. So, instead of selling my time, I need to make more money in a shorter amount of time. Obviously, streaming is not that. At least, not yet. But it's just a small section of where my plan is going to take me. And there was one person in particular, a good friend of mine, a friend from... I met the guy when I was 12 years old at a day camp. It was actually a leadership day camp. And we, you know, crossed paths multiple times throughout our lives growing up. But he was one of the people I asked, and he got that question, like, instantaneously. I was very surprised. But then as everything unfolded, I mean, he's doing a side hustle where he goes to a flea market every Sunday, and he sells Pokemon cards and Magic cards, and he actually makes a killing that one day of the week. He makes a decent amount of money off that, and he also buys them, and he's got a whole little system going on, and he's doing very well at it. So I went and sat with him for a few months, and in that few months, I learned a lot from him. I mean, he's a very knowledgeable guy. So with that, he started introducing me to social media, and I kind of played around with that for a little bit, figured out how you gain followers, how you create content that people actually like. And then I was doing that, plus basically just doing that to figure out what I wanted to do. And then I opened. I was going to open a shop at the flea market, or a little stand, right? And first I was like, well, what do I know? Well, I'm a heavy equipment operator. I dig holes for a living with a giant piece of machinery. And so I've done a lot of work on farms. So I decided, okay, well, maybe die-cast models. Maybe I can get my hands on some die-cast models for a decent price, and sell them at the flea market. And then in the meantime, go to the local heavy equipment dealerships and maybe get a commission for sending customers their way, or something along those lines. Anyway, that didn't pan out too well. So I canceled that plan. And then I was sitting there with Mac one day, and he goes, what about video games? I was like, wow, why didn't I think of that? I play video games, at least I used to play video games all the time. Like, I know a lot about them. So I got a bunch of video games for pretty cheap, good ones too, and like good condition. Yeah, I got a lot. I was selling that, and then I got a bunch of DVDs for really cheap, and then I got a bunch of DVDs for free, and then I got a stack of 200 posters from like HMV for $60. Well, I sell them for $2 a piece. I'm laughing. I'm making profit, right? $60 a piece for 200. Selling for $2 a piece. That's like $400, right? So yeah, I made a decent amount of money off of the whole flea market thing, and then my cousin approached me and said, "Hey, World of Warcraft Classic's out, like the game we played when we were kids." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yep, you gonna play it with us?" I was like, probably not." And all of a sudden, I thought about it for a little while, and the wheels started turning, gears started shifting, light bulb went off. Like, hang on a sec. Okay, I'll play it with you, but I'm gonna stream it. And here we are. I'm slowly creating this brand of Bizzy Vids Games, and I plan on taking it even further than just streaming. I plan on doing podcasting, and in fact, Mac and I have already done a flea market podcast. Don't have the link on me offhand, but I will definitely post it to my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and all that. In fact, I think I already have, actually. At least to Twitter. And if you're interested in following us on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, you can find us at Bizzy Vids and Games. Spelt just like that. That's our tag. Same as Twitch TV at Bizzy Vids and Games. That's how it's spelled. Same logo everywhere. You know, I mean, if you find the blue cube with the red tie and the yellow bee, that's us. And I'm trying to do a lot more content than just World of Warcraft on those platforms. You know, World of Warcraft is just the starting point. I mean, I'm gonna get to 60. I'm gonna get to 60 on the Warlock. Then maybe I'll branch out and start trying other games. But you know, the best content is at 60. So instead of sitting here talking, maybe I should start playing the game, eh?